I know lots and lots and lots of jokes.
Well, give me a joke.
What did the snail say when he catched a ride on the turtle?
What did the snail say? Snail? So, I don't know.
Wee!
I don't know why I didn't get that one. That was clever.
Or there's the potato one that's, you say, if I have a potato and I cut it in half, I have 2 halves. If I cut it in 4, I have 4 halves.
4 quarters.
4 quarters. And then it keeps going on and on and on. If I cut it into 16, what do I have?
A 16th.
French fries.
Oh, okay. There you
Rosie Colucci is, she has a rap.
Hi, my name is Rosie. I have a cute nosy. I dream of being a rock star and driving my own cool car, but I also want to be a chemo nurse. I don't think I could do much worse. Helping kids is what I do. I think you should help them too. And I've been going to children since I was 10 months. I am basically like famous. The kids in school say I'm famous. I've been on YouTube before. I've been on the news before.
Rosie's kind of she's a rock star at Children's Memorial.
She's just this like beacon of hope, I think, for people and crazy, and just her spirit.
When we're at like events and stuff, and people take pictures, I see like flashes. Like, I see when people aren't taking pictures, I see, like, white spots.
Their childhoods are so different than what their parents had expected for them. And to see that they take it with such stride, even on their bad days, because they're kids and they have bad days, but that they make such huge differences in the lives of other kids and the lives that they touch, like the students at our school.
But she wears beads. She has 142 beads, and they each stand for like a different part of her treatment. Every white bead stands for a time that she's had chemotherapy, and she has 100-some white beads.
And these beads are like beads of courage, and every time I go through a procedure, I get one. Like this one stands for laugh. And all my white beads stand for a chemo. I have 142 of those. The star beads are surgeries. I've had 13 of those. And the yellow ones are a night in the hospital. And this butterfly one was when it was my first MRI without sedation. And they said, you're the youngest one to try this. And back then I loved Barney and we could watch movies. And so I started singing in the MRI and they told me to stop.
When you hear about a girl who has so many treatments and has such a tough diagnosis, but when you see that she's not only making her own life better just by being this incredibly vivacious and happy girl.
And they do a lot for the hospital. They have something called Rosie's Toy Chest.
The whole thing, how I started it, was I was like on and off in the hospital. And so we had a room full of toys. And Mom said, what are we going to do with all this stuff? And I said, I want to give it back to the kids.
And you help out so much. Do you have fun while you help out?
Yeah.
It's fun. Do you get to meet a lot of people too?
Yeah.
What's someone that you met? Tell me a story about someone you met that you don't through one of your organizations that you don't think you would have ever met in your life, and that you've stayed friends with or has impacted.
Well, there's 2 people I know, but I forget their names, and so they painted a toy box, and I'm holding a star, and on the top is a star, and it's a wand, and I'm like shining a rainbow. And it's like on an old like kind of toy box that used to be my mom's.
I'm sorry, 1 second. I just wanna.
It's Tony and Gay, honey. Tony and Gay.
Oh.
Gay finished the toy box and Tony painted it.
Is it off?
No, it's working, but I just need to do something.
He's a techie guy. I can't do stuff.
Yeah.
What did you do?
I just pushed something. It's gonna make it hear you better. Basically. Is that in the frame?
It is not in the frame.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt.
Okay. Tell them about when you.
Here's my mom to tell you more.
Rosie's mom, and this is Rosie's big sister, Bella. Bella is 11 years old, and she is a Super SIP. It's an organization that supports the kids of its siblings of kids with cancer. It's a great organization, and they're headquartered in Palatine, where we're from. Rosie, as she said, she's 7 years old. She's been at children since she was 10 months. Rosie basically has a disorder that's a genetic disorder, although it was a mutation in the gene when she was developing. She mutated chromosome 17, which protects everybody has tumor protection in your body. It's a protein that protects your body against tumors growing on your nerves or anywhere basically in your body because your body's full of nerves. So she has a genetic condition that's called neurofibromatosis. Has anyone heard of it? Oh. It's actually like 1 in every 3,000, so it's not that uncommon. It is a genetic disorder that attacks the body with tumors. She does not have the tumor protection that you and I have. So people can get hundreds of tumors. They can get anywhere from 6 to over 1,000. If you've ever seen anybody that looks like they're covered in little bubbles all over them, that's NF. The tumors kind of develop as they get older. In most cases, a lot of times they can, not have too many complications, but in Rosie's case, her case is extremely rare. It's less than 0.5%. Rosie was diagnosed at the age of 3, even though we knew at 6 months old that she had neurofibromatosis. They can't diagnose it until it fully comes out. She was diagnosed with 2 life-threatening conditions when she turned 3. She was diagnosed with hydrocephalus, which is liquid or fluid on the brain. And then the fluid on the brain was caused by an inoperable tumor in the center of the brain. So Rosie has brain cancer, and the tumor became extremely aggressive right away in the beginning. It started taking over her brain. And we had to go immediately into a couple of surgeries. She has a shunt that's in her head that kind of drains the fluid, and it's reabsorbed in her body. And those drains can get infected, or it can get cells of your body caught in the catheter and stuff. So every time that happens, it causes a life-threatening situation. So it's very scary. And she can go into a coma very quickly. So we've had some real scary rides to Children's Memorial. And she has had 5 brain surgeries due to shunt malfunctions. And let me see.
At midnight, I trapped me on